I also wish we had a cactus. Hey Clovis, welcome in. Hope you're having a nice Monday evening. And we're gonna keep building on this, which I went very hard off stream. Because I still had holidays last week, and Moose told us what the theme of his competition is. And it is parks, so very fitting to what we have here. And I went pretty hard over the weekend and last week when I had time and started building out this. And we are gonna dive in and finish this a bit. I try to get the most tedious and boring parts out of the way, which is placing vegetation, but we're gonna have to do some more layers of vegetation, though I did the most annoying ones. And we definitely have to do a lot of surface work. We have some surfaces in here, but a lot of this today is gonna be laying out surfaces and gonna be laying out plants and all of that. So not too excited. I think eventually next episode or something we're gonna dive back to the airport to finish some things there, but since Moose is doing his competition, I do wanna dive into this and keep progressing a little at least. And glad you're done with work, Louis. That's very nice. Have you thought about taking part in the build-off competition of Moose? With how much you're streaming usually, that should be an easy one for you anyway, shouldn't it? Give me one moment, I'm diving in a little unorganized today. I'm gonna have to use a bot to ping my Discord real quick. There we go. I mean, that's fair to be honest. I'm not generally either. In fact, this is the only competition so far I properly consider. Cause it allows you to build on your own map, and you know I'm kinda into Los Vagos. So as soon as a competition forces me to build on a map that's not mine, I'm generally not very interested. But this one does, so I'm a bit more interested than usually. And what would we do without these Gaga surfaces, especially for naturey stuff like this? It's just so goddamn good, and you can lay them down so unaccurately, as we can see here clearly, and they still look beautiful, yeah? Hi, welcome in. Nice to see you, Sunny, and welcome to see you, Ruski. Well, my build idea really is nothing. I have not figured exactly what we're building myself yet. We had this horrible looking canyon, which I hated this canyon, and it was just really laid out space where I knew I'd have to build something with it in the end. What is the other? Oh, you're thinking about the Few Candy competition. Yeah, actually. And I started diving in. We're far from done, but working out the canyon a little. And then you guys seen that Metzger released some amphitheater pack on PDX, which I think is absolutely amazing. Most of the stuff he released is a tad too big for me, but we kinda fit it into our botanical garden. Honestly, I just wanted a park that actually has a lot going on, where there is stuff happening. And we have this, which is pretty much the only kind of finished part. So we have this, and then we have back here, we have some boring old ruin and a very... We'll have to touch this is horrible, but we're gonna have some nice crashed train. Probably we're gonna get this very overgrown and add quite a bit of graffiti and have this a bit rundown and scrubby. And then we have whatever this is supposed to be. We're gonna have to have another go at this. But basically my inspiration for these has been those very commonly seen in Arizona, I believe. Those native housing in hillsides. Obviously, they were in a lot bigger hills, and maybe we're gonna go in and make the terrain a lot bigger as well. But pretty much this. And yeah, maybe you live there actually. I mean, you can also in Las Vegas. I know it's the first time you're watching me. You can claim any building in the city if it's not claimed already, and make it yours. And this has been an idea by Jay, which really is just a subway entrance morphed weirdly into each other. But I think it makes a great small greenhouse, which very fitting to our botanical garden, I guess. And then I tried around with rocks. Initially, this is why this area became so rocky, because we made this weird gate. I mean, sure, but you, as much as I love you because you're a friend of mine, you have to claim like everybody else, no freebies on here. You just, I don't know how much to redeem is, you have to watch me for an hour and then you can claim it. I think the shabbiest house out of all houses we have in the city so far is this one. Shocks decided he wants to live in a tent under the train, which, to be honest, not a bad place. I don't judge, but you can get something like this instead. There is many nice trash cans already, so I'm sure we can find something for you. But yeah, then we just build out this kind of wannabe small resort area, I guess. And we have a small river going down here and coming out here. And then this is pretty much untouched. This I finally want to use. I love this asset. I think it's very unfitting to the rest of our build, so I never managed to get it in. But here we're already using some kind of ruins and weird rock foundations, so I can live with this being a bit unfitting. Obviously this is all entirely untouched, but I think here I want to build some kind of princess garden slash vineyard. I've not exactly figured, we'll work through it today, but I'm gonna make progress. The first and very boring part we're gonna start with is finishing up this canyon, which really mainly means we're laying down a lot of gaga surfaces and then adding a few more layers of vegetation. Oh, and Clovis, for you, I actually have something. You would ignore the rest of the farm. The farm obviously is not detailed at all yet, but I figured this is a detail you'd like. Obviously, I stole this shamelessly of the Great Hall of Fame post that somebody put in my Discord. And, well, it was too good not to just steal right away. And I think it turned out beautiful. Again, we'll have to revisit and work out this farm properly in future sometime. But yeah, fucking aliens. Indeed, you saying fucking aliens, we still have to find a way how we can make a UFO. Because we still need a UFO to beam up our cow from this field. Which, we have a UFO, but it's too big. I need to figure if we can find something smaller for it. But Yeah, I would love having a UFO on top of here beaming in the cow. And welcome in, Estrella. Hope all of you are having a nice evening. But yeah, again, I think the start of this stream is gonna be pretty goddamn boring, because really we just have to put down a lot of Gaga surfaces in this. Which we put down a lot of surfaces already, as easy to see with the lines, but we need a lot more proper surface work. And I'm gonna be pretty all over the place with the surfaces. Again, these are Gaga's terrain surfaces. They are probably outside of Elgando's surfaces, my most used surfaces, and I think it's very easy to see why. Because with pretty little effort, they turn your build into something a lot nicer than it has been without the surfaces. Well, since I'm not gangster at all, at least my taste in music has to make up for my shortcomings, I guess. So yeah, you don't have to worry. Of course, we're listening to good rap music. Starting to look better here. I'm definitely not happy yet. This is a bit too just sandy. And I definitely want to go on top of this as well with all of the flower surfaces that Gaga has, because we're still, especially in the area we're going through right now, we're still missing a few of the plants we're gonna use here, and I do want this to be colorful and untypically green for Los Vagos. For once, I actually want this to be some kind of green oasis in the place. Where is my old school? It's not whole playlist is NAS. Whole playlist is like 20 hours of non-stop music. So we're not gonna run out of it anytime soon, but yeah, it's a lot of NAS in there. One thing I want to fix up right away that I forgot about is fix up this bridge, which so far only has one side. And Jay has been very cute with us and made us some asset I asked him about. Because I want flat rocks, like we see here, right? You can see all of these rocks, this is just a random variation. But all of them have their flat side showing up. And especially for what we're building here, that's something we are gonna use a lot. I can show you guys a few other examples of this in a moment. But it's so handy, because it makes adjusting them a little quicker. Obviously, I could have just done this by hand as well, and it would have not been the end of the world. But I'm lazy, so everything like this is very welcome. And it makes it a little quicker to build out things like that. And there's a few things that we could not do without this that I'm looking forward to. So, big fan of Jay and his flat rocks that he gave me. Because honestly, before he sent me those rocks, I built a few of those bridges as well. And they've been like 20 times more tedious to build, so anything that's a time saver is obviously very welcome on here. Hi Chaos, yes, thanks for tuning in. Does this look like a proper bridge? Proper enough, I guess. Yeah man, no worries. Have a nice stream then, Chaos. Yeah, we're gonna revisit the bridges in a moment. I just want to see if we've done most of the surface work. I guess here we definitely want some more green in the site. But generally we're getting there. Because something we're definitely gonna do to all of the bridges and a lot of the things is using these dry walls here we have from Jay. I already did it here, and I do think they fit our world here absolutely wonderful. So I'm gonna actually use this drywall quite a bit, because you know we're building an American city, and American people and safety are a bit on top of the line. Else I guess you get sued in the US, so to accommodate our proud American citizens, we are gonna have to put a lot of rails so they can't fall in the water and blame us for it. Well, I guess we need to add J to it. Yeah, the bridge is fire. The bridge, as many of my good things, also is a J creation. In fact, we're using the bridge in our city already in a different position, but it's too good to not reuse it. But yeah, if you look over here, we already have that exact bridge spanning over to our cute island in the middle of our lake. See, now we gave them some railings as well, so they can't fall in. Safe of any people suing us or suing us as well. And we're gonna keep doing this in the build. I do think visually this is gonna come out very nice if we keep adding the wall in certain positions next to the trails. We even have shorter and round versions as well, but none of those have thumbnails, and most of them have some green stuff on it, which I don't want this to be too green, because we are in the desert. Even though our build in general is very green already, at least our walls can be actually sad and stony. Yeah, this is something where we definitely have to do this as well, where the flat rocks that I just talked about are absolutely enabling. This would have taken like 500 years to build without these flat rocks from Jay, because we would have taken every single rock and turned it facing flat top ourselves. And like this, we literally just have to move them into the right keys and we're done with it. But I just make this a bit wider, and we're gonna do the same as we just did and wall this out as well. I guess that should be okay. Maybe fit one small one here, so we can put the railing a bit friendlier out here to the side. I guess that's good enough. Yeah man, have fun and thanks for tuning in, Chaos. If anybody is wondering where to get those wonderful walls from we're using here, it's the same answer as most times when that question is asked. Obviously, this is one of Jay's creations. And with everything from Jay, you can get them in Suli's Discord in the local asset section. Does this make you play Cities? If you're watching this game. Or does this make you wanna have a nap? And probably this makes you wanna have a nap instead. Well, okay. Is this part of a boulder? Yeah, this is part of a boulder. Okay, we're not gonna leave this. Okay, and while we're here, I guess we should also add some nice benches. Generally, I tend to wait a lot too long to add detail and then be annoyed I have to go through everything afterwards. Hey Gaga, you just missed it. This entire area is pretty much a showcase. We have to do a little still. But this entire area is a showcase for your surfaces. Mainly here we're kinda done already. It's hard to see because it's so much stuff going on, but we're using your rock surface everywhere where it's a bit cliffy to give some more depth, and then we just throw down a bunch of mixed grass surfaces on top of it. It's gonna need a bit. Half of this is still unfinished. We're slowly getting there. I guess here this is all kinda safe. Here it gets a bit dangerous. So we're gonna have to add some more railing. And how's it going otherwise, Gaga? How's the bunny holding up? I'm a bit cheaty here because we have 3 different walls, so I could vary a bit more, but I tend to usually after I place one just turn it around and mirror it to get some variation and have it look not exactly the same, and usually that already does a job. Okay, that seems fine here again. Well, I guess maybe very few, well, I guess actually I'm gonna not be lazy for once and go a tad further, because this still seems dangerous. The one thing about this entire build that already scares me, which I am very unsure if we're actually gonna do it, but if you guys look in this area here, you can see that I actually went all out and recolored some of the rocks. And I do think it looks very cute to recolor the rocks, and it adds a bit more life and atmosphere and everything. But then guys, you will have to suffer through multiple rock recolor streams if we actually want to recolor all of those rocks. So I am not entirely decided yet if this is a good idea or not. Let's see and find out how motivated we are later. And welcome in, Dava. Nice to see your cutie. How is your router situation behaving, Dava? Are you back to being a proper internet user, or are you still getting kinda bullied by your provider? So it is arrived already. So that means Dava streams soon. You better do that on stream, Davan. And if so, I hope I'm free tomorrow while you're streaming, because I would gladly like to see you kick your old footer. That does seem fun, not gonna lie. Hey Nyoko, probably today is a bit more of a boring stream for you, Nyoko, because we're not doing any airport shenanigans, but instead doing some weird nature, botanic garden, canyon, whatever. So no entertaining airport content for you today, sadly. But thanks, welcome in. Where else do we need to add some railing? This all looks flat and undangerous. Here we have our cute wannabe beach. This is all safe. Here we do have some railing outside. This is all omega safe. I guess on the bridges we should also add some railings. Bit finicky to place them on here, but we got this. Good enough, I can live with it. And I guess here we probably need some railing as well. Yeah, here in the outside for sure. And I guess for Nyoko it's the time of his life playing cities, because there's so many. After Suli's video dropped, there is so many videos that been coming out. And sorry, I overread your message quite a while ago. You asked, by the way, if I'm sick. I'm a little sick, not properly full-fledged sick, but yeah, my voice is a bit full and I feel a bit tired, so feels like I'm maybe getting sick. Let's hope not. And sorry for my voice being a bit weird, but what can I do? You also started building up on the airport, or what do you mean when you say you're trying? Yeah, thanks, mate. Or you're tired of making new aircrafts and liveries? Is that what you mean, Yoko? Because honestly, I feel for everybody who built an airport before Sully released his amazing pack, because at least me personally, I notice I struggle going back to builds. There is so many times where I told myself, I'm gonna revisit this in the future, and I'm sure one day I will, but usually when I finish something, I'm kind of moving away from it, not touching it anymore. So all of those people that just built their airport and then they see the amazing pack of Sully, and now they have to either redo it or live with it not being as optimal as they would have liked it to. Being a bit lazy with the terrain, but I actually don't hate that it gets a bit more variation. Okay, that is fine, and I guess here at the start we can add a little as well, and then that should actually be totally enough already. Yeah, no, I agree. But I mean, even if you're super motivated, like if I imagine, because there has been a different pack of airport netlanes, right? That's not up to the quality of Sulis, but not a bad pack by any means. And I imagine if I would have built an entire airport with those netlanes already, I would be in big physical pain having to go back and replace all of them with Sulis now. Though Triton, the maker of Extra Asset Importer, I'm sure all of you are aware, said that he will most likely be looking into a netlane replace tool in future, so good times ahead, I guess. To check here if the wall might have been a bit too shitty in that part. Yeah, I kinda fumbled that. I don't need it to match perfectly, but that gap is a bit too big for my liking. Yeah, I mean, right now the game really is very stable for me, though to be fair, I never had much stability issues in this game. I know I'm not a majority with this, and I'm very, very happy about not being the majority with this, but yeah, I don't know, I crash like once a month at max since a few months now, really. I guess so. I'm still actually quite excited. Also, welcome in, Jay. And I've been swarming about your wonderful flat rocks already, because they are making my life a lot easier. But yeah, do we have any news already on the content creator packs? Because honestly, the one thing that gets me pretty excited of everything we heard about the game lately is the industry content creator pack that kinda got leaked. And I would absolutely love some more industry variations, so can't wait for that to make its way out. And yeah, now we're basically at the part that at least Elgando always tells me is incredibly boring, but we're building a botanic garden. A lot of it is gonna be plopping down plants, and you guys are gonna have to suffer through it with me. And now we begin as a first moment of adding another layer of plants to our garden. Again, I try to get the worst and most tedious, annoying ground vegetation out of the way to bore you guys a little less, but unavoidable that we have to place some. October 2, curious. I mean, that's not that long anymore. They've never said anything about the content creator packs, right? We only know that they exist because the thumbnails got leaked or something. Okay. I mean, honestly, I didn't pay much attention on any of that. The only thing I've seen is that one of them is supposedly industry, and I hate the industry variation we have in the game right now, so that is very welcome. I think actually with the flowers here we're gonna have to do 2 goals, because if I put the elevation pretty low, they are sticking out a bit too far here on the steeper parts. So we're gonna have to give it 1 low go for the steeper parts and then do the rest afterwards a bit higher. I could also permanently adjust the keys of the plants a lot, but that seems even more annoying. So I think making 2 quick passes, 1 here on the side and then 1 higher up, is our better solution. What was the other? I don't even recall. What was the other content creator pack leaked about? Must have not been anything as interesting as industry, else I probably would have remembered, I guess. Sky, Well, yeah, okay. Got me there, I'm not very interested. Unless it's cute old nostalgic skyscrapers, then maybe I'm interested, but I guess it's gonna be some ugly modern glass boxes, and then I don't really care. And I know that I should visually go in this with a lot more rocks. There is a very simple reason why I'm trying to kinda stay at least not too big on rocks. They are fucking with my FPS. If we go to this area where we have all of these rocks, as soon as I zoom in close here, my FPS goes down by 10, a bit over 10. So I don't wanna load this entire area of the map entirely full with rocks, because I'm scared of our save not running proper anymore. So I'm trying to get this full and interesting without killing my performance. But part of this is us detailing as well as we can, and half of this is us trying to min-max the performance of our detailing. So not everything is my perfect solution here. Some of this is really just me working around technical limitations. Yeah, this game, as much as I love this game is still not very well optimized. I mean, it's stable now, it's not crashing all the time anymore, so I guess we have that going for us. And also, kinda your own fault if you decide to place down a quadrillion rocks in a small area. You can really fault the game dev for that, I guess. Well, it's not rammed. Like, as soon as I load into this save, my VRAM is maxed out from second one, which does not seem to cause a massive issue. But yeah, my GPU definitely is not good enough for this game. Which, at least to my knowledge, even people with really powerful and beefy GPUs don't get really good performance in this game, so not saying I need to upgrade either. I always confuse them. I believe it's the 6700 XT or something. I always confuse my GPU and my CPU because it's basically the same thing, just turned around numbers. Okay, we made some progress. Now this is the last layer that's kinda all over the place, and also the layer that gives the biggest visual difference. And then after we're done with this, is pretty like punctual placement, nowhere near as dense as what we're doing with these here. But this is like the combination of plants that I settled on for our desert oasis here as a ground foundation. And again, I do want this really, really green and colorful compared to most parts of our build. I have that enabled. And yeah, I'm not facing any issues. Like, while my VRAM is always maxed out, it does not seem to cause any issues for me, even if it's maxed out. It's just curious, because I think generally, whenever you Google about this game, everybody tells you GPU is not important at all, CPU is all that matters. But then, since my saves are generally very detailed but kind of low population, For me, I think it's a bit the opposite, where my GPU gets taxed a lot harder than my CPU. Yeah, I had to upgrade. Like, I literally maxed out my 32 gig of RAM I had before, and that actually did cause issues. Like, unless what I just said with VRAM and it not being a problem that it maxed out, my RAM maxing out was a problem, which in my case is very easy to tell why I'm maxing it out, because I'm loading incredibly many mods and custom assets. And I mean, even you, if you're loading all of your Ride Everywhere airplane skins into the game, Nyoko, that alone is probably a few gigabytes worth of RAM. So I'm not entirely surprised that you say you're maxing out your RAM. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And I mean, the Ride Everywhere in general, as much as I love the map, like, mod, the limit really seems to be your RAM, as well as what Clyde said. So yeah, if you would load a quadrillion images into your atlas and load multiple custom models, then yeah, probably eventually you're reaching a point where Ride Everywhere will eat all the RAM you have available and you'll run into issues. I mean, it's crazy to me, because I remember that when I was building this computer, like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years by now, I was looking at RAM and I was like, well, there is no way in human Earth I'm gonna ever need more than 30 gigs of RAM, or 32 gigs of RAM. In fact, I was like, yeah, maybe I should just get 16, that seems good enough for what I need. I'm glad I've gotten the 32 to begin with, but yeah, for cities that is absolutely not enough. At least not if you play heavily modded. If you play vanilla, obviously that's fine, but otherwise it's not fine. Which I don't think there is any other game I know that is that RAM hungry. And what are the unreleased models you have in store, Nyoko? Is there something nice and small this time? Honestly, I know this is tedious, especially with me doing all of this with like single hand placement. But the difference, every layer makes this prettier and prettier. Like, I already didn't hate it to begin with, but now we have the Gaga surfaces all drawn out and some more layers of vegetation. Starting to become a lot better, and we're gonna do two, but this time very thin layers of vegetation more on top of this, and maybe we'll go in with a third, another go through with some more ground variations. You guys have to decide that with me in a moment, if we want more color in this or if we're satisfied with this. But yeah, this is all of the layers we really need in high detail. I do think this is starting to look very proper. Nah, it doesn't even cap. Like, this game is so hungry, it will literally eat all of the RAM till other applications crash in the background. Like, when I was running out of RAM, I had issues with not cities crashing, but other programs in the background crashing, because they have no way of getting any RAM anymore, because cities already gobbled all of it up. I don't think there is much in which this game is very well optimized. One of the things this game seems to be very well optimized with is like CPU core usage. Like seems to actually make usage of processors with many cores, which that seems very nice. But yeah, beside that, I don't think it's too well optimized in anything. Okay, again, this is the first layer that's a lot more loose than before. We don't nearly want as much plants of these bigger ones as before, so this should actually go pretty quick. Just want a small layer to give some heat variation in here. And then all of this is at the same stage vegetation-wise, really. Because even in the part that I showed you where I was like, this is pretty much finished, we didn't go in there with actual big palm trees, which, with how green this area is, that's definitely something we do want to do. And let me see what you wrote there, Nyoko. I missed that one. Curious, to be honest, since you know I'm not that much into aviation, those airplane numbers ring a bell for me. Like, I've heard those before, but I have no idea about how they look. The only airplane I have in mind very well is the 737 MAX for obvious reasons. I love this song we're listening to right now. Such a vibe. Can you do deliveries for just flight sim as well? I mean, I've personally never been a fan of games like Flight Sim or something like that, but to be honest, since I play Cities, I can appreciate a lot more weird, quirky games I would have not appreciated in the past just because they were good Cities inspiration. Like all of those simulation games that seem pretty popular in the Cities community, like Farm Sim and the truck driving simulators. I would absolutely despise them in the past. Nowadays I can at least enjoy the ride and enjoy some Cities inspo. And welcome in, Metzger, nice to see you. Metzger sent me something very cool earlier before stream, but I was a bit busy still, so I forgot to add them to my game. Metzger added something, or did something, that is similar to the flat rocks that Jay gave me. Gonna be a big time saver for us in future. And it's logs that are turned in a certain angle already, because every detailer, I'm sure, spends a lot of time of just moving logs into the correct angle. And Metzger finally did that for us in the editor. So in the future, that's gonna be a lot easier, nicer placements for us. Yeah, I also always think that, like what you're saying, Gaga, like as much as I'm shitting about the game, there also is no alternative for this, right? There is, I've never seen a game where I'm like, oh, this could replace Cities for me. I know that sometimes people freak out if they see like a trailer of Transport Fever or something, but then I doubt if you're actually playing the game, you're gonna have as much fun as playing Cities, so Yeah, I'm talking as a giant fan as well as critic, I guess. And how come you don't make more? I guess you're not satisfied with just the vanilla models, Nyoko. Because to be honest, like especially with what you just said and me being painfully aware that RAM is a limited resource in this game, I don't want to import like 20 different airport models. I'm happy to import like 2, 3 maybe. But my absolute favorite would just be more liveries for the existing models we have in the game. But I guess they don't meet your expectation. I mean, okay, while we're at vegetation, I guess we're gonna do the very last run over as well. And these should be really quick compared to all of the others, because really I don't want many big plants in here. But then this finally should actually look proper. Oh, actually that does make... Yeah, okay, that does make sense, because I guess there is no liveries you can properly go off, because it's not a real plane. That makes sense. That's also sad, because I would obviously, like, or at least for me, be my very favorite option to get, like, just more liveries for the normal airliners. But yeah, with that explanation, makes a lot of sense why that's not the route you're going. Welcome in, Skip. I'm horrible today because I'm actually building properly for once, so I keep missing messages in chat. If I don't react to something that I should have reacted to, just repost it. You're not spamming, you're just reacting to me being a bad streamer. I guess we actually quite like this already. Some more here. And guys, if you think about a typical, this goes especially to all of the US citizens in my chat. What do you think about when thinking about a national park or a botanic garden? What has to be in your average American botanical garden slash natural reservoir? Thanks, Skip. That's cute of you. But I do think my day just gotten a bit better, because I think we have a very solid foundation here. And the canyon is kinda finished. Yeah, we don't have too much. I mean, we have those... I'm not entirely sure what... I know, of course you're from the US. I'm not sure what the geyser is, to be honest, because my vocabulary is not the best. I believe it's some kind of watch platform as well. If so, we have some. We don't really have a watchtower. You know, the game gives us limited things to use, but we have this watch platform, we have this watch platform. of one more over here. Well, that's it for this side of the. Well, I guess, and kind of this one. Which, looking at it, maybe we should give this a railing here as well. I guess we should give this a railing. Let's find. Jay also has a short version. He also has a curved version, but the curved version is gonna be too extreme. But the short version should do the job here. Yeah, people need proper areas to have a picnic in. In general, the entire... Whenever I did nature areas in the past, they were just meant to actually be normal hiking areas and a bit more free-flowing. This I want to be a proper full-fledged botanical garden, right? So this is probably a lot more taken care of and a lot more architecture than my normal areas. So I actually want a lot to be happening in here, right? Like I want something to be up no matter where you go, like have viewing platforms or rest areas like here, or a small beach somewhere, or a small dock. So I want this full of life, even though it's just a park. I've been thinking about the cliff jump. To be honest, I mean, you could do the cliff jump perfectly fine here. So, yes, possible. But I don't think we have the best assets for that, to be honest. But yeah, something like that could be added. One thing I was thinking, but the only reason I went against it, I thought we could put another platform up here, because it would be nice to have like a very high outlook. But then looking at the terrain, I don't really have a good way to bring a proper path up here, because it's too steep. And I don't really want to make the hill flatter than it is, so I do think we're gonna have to live with it the way it is. And I very much agree on the call with gazebos. The only reason I did not put gazebos is if you look at this area that we have not built out yet properly, but we will. You see, this is some kind of, well, this is meant as some kind of residence, like holiday resort, I guess. And there's a lot of gazebos around it. As you can see, there's gazebos, got them everywhere, because it is one of the few interesting things we have to work with in park areas. So I figured I hold off putting even more gazebos in this area, because in my mind, this is a bit more... How do I call it? This is a bit higher frequented and more touristy area of the Botanic Garden, where you have like proper laid out stuff like this, and you have the actual main greenhouse of the Botanical Garden, and I guess this as a main attraction in the entire Botanical Garden. None of this is too far away from each other, and then we have this, which we're gonna dive into in a while as well, is Metzger's amazing amphitheater, which I think I'm not really using it like intended, but I don't care. I think it looks beautiful the way it is. But I believe this is like the more well taken care of area where the majority of people is gonna be, and then this is for the actual more motivated proper hikers who want a long walk, but there is less happening here. It's like actual nature, and if you want entertainment, you go in this area of the park. If you actually want to be active and move and walk, then this is the place to be in. What small thing in top you need to... Oh, you mean this thing on top? And I guess ad break, so you can't hear anymore. I'm gonna wait for the ad break, and then I'm gonna ask for more input. One thing we can do already while the ad break is running, Because I actually for once want to finish working out an area and not putting it off to the future. So we're gonna not be lazy for once and start passing this up. Holy shit, what is happening here? It's not gonna be optimal, but we take it. I mean, the issue is not a lookout point. I think the lookout point I can put up there perfectly fine. The actual issue I have there is bringing the pass up without ruining the terrain too much. And I actually doubt we can find a very unintrusive... Wait, first things first, we've not saved in the last hour. Well, actually only 30 minutes. So I'm gonna save here. I mean, again, the lookout point is not a problem at all. The problem is how do we bring the pass up there without having to delete too much of the mountain? Because all of this is already too steep. Actually, maybe this is the best way. We could try to bring a path through here and bring it up here and then make a platform up here. The only other side that could kind of work is here, I guess. But here, this side is already too steep. I mean, we have stairs. I'm sure we could find a way. I wasn't sure if it's too much, maybe. But actually, if we think it's not too much, we're gonna have a careful try if we can bring a pass up there without looking absolutely clowny. Question is which side is better. I actually think this side is better. It is very steep, but for hikers, maybe we can do this. I should also take the correct path and not some random net lane. This is gonna be the steepest part. If we think this start is fine, then we can do it. If we think the start is too steep, then yeah, I don't know what to tell you. We can obviously also slightly terraform, but I'd like to not terraform too much in here. I guess here in the end we probably have to go in with stairs. I mean, it is steep, but then again, this is meant as a kind of hiking area, so I can live with this being so steep. We're gonna have a proper look into this, and I think you're gonna get your platform. Obviously, you're gonna have to go around here and move all of the stuff away. We could also delete it, but I rather just move it out of the way. Okay, after this we can have a proper look at it together, because I think this should already tell us if we think this is fine or not. Do we think this is okay enough, or is this too steep? If this is not too steep, we can do it. I mean, game, no, you're my former advisor, so if you allow this, then we can do it. Because while it's your first time in chat, the cute gentleman active in chat today has been watching me before I even streamed. when I needed advice on my city, sometimes he had to come in as an advisor and give me an opinion. So just back to what you've been doing in the past anyways. Okay, and before we draw out the entire end of this as well, we're gonna put out the platform / balcony at the top so we figure where exactly we have to bring the path. But yeah, I like it. It actually adds a bit more area of interest in here. Okay, so back to the high praise rock today, and we're gonna take the random variation of it. I hate when the keybinds don't let me move this. I don't know why this happens. Usually after I take a plant and move a plant and then go back here and then nope. I don't know why sometimes this lets me use the keybinds and sometimes it doesn't. But fine. If the computer wants to bully me, then we're gonna fight him, I guess. Is snapping the issue? I don't think snapping is the issue for you. Is that actually why? Is that the reason? I asked this in chat so many times in the last few months. Nobody could ever answer this to me. That is something I should have understood earlier. Because yeah, I guess you're right. It is the snapping. Well, I guess I know now. Thanks for that. Well, statues is one of the... You have to understand how limited... While I'm not complaining, I'm actually quite happy with what we have. But especially in regard like something like statues, we basically have nothing in the game. So yeah, sure, we can build something if we have a good idea on what to build. But there is not really anything pre-made we can just throw down. But I actually... Not even on purpose, but I do think I have a good idea of how to build out this balcony with how this is starting to look out. Because can't we just take rocks like this and build some kind of... Hold on, this one has to go. We're just gonna build over everything we have here, but I do think I have a good idea on how to make this kind of nice. Because we can try to make some natural rock staircase here on the outside to bring it down to our pass. In my head this looks good, not sure how good it will look in reality, but seemed like a good idea. After it's built out in a moment, let's see if it actually was a good idea as well. It kinda works actually. Well, I'm not convinced yet if this is gonna look... If so, that would be sick, because then we can avoid all of the very steep terrain with a pass here that I was scared of. I think this will work actually. Maybe don't even need this very... Well, I mean, here at the side. I don't hate it. I actually really don't hate it. I kind of like this. Obviously, we need some kind of railing. But this is kind of cute. Actually, roughly, I built so many stairs in this game. This is a bit too big. But then, obviously, this is also not something you'd hike if you're an absolute beginner, maybe we can put a sign here to warn people that they have to be advanced climbers to go up there. But at least, like, in the hiking areas in Germany, something like this is not super uncommon. Yes, there would be a sign telling you that maybe if you're 80 years old and have a baby stroller, don't take this path, but otherwise I think it's good. And where do you mean a fence? You mean here at the side? Because if so, I totally agree. I would just default back to what we've been doing the entire time and use the drywall here. Because honestly, I think the drywall just fits so well in our entire area. I wish we had people in selfie pose. There would be so many good memes we could do here with people climbing in dangerous areas to take a selfie and then some of them falling. But sadly, we can just stand around boring. That is too... As much as I like the idea, that is too evil even for me. I'm gonna at least pretend that this is a bit safe. Is it again? But Metzger, has that always been the case? It feels like sometimes I can have snapping on and still use the keybinds. But yeah, you're right. Whenever I turn snapping off, I can instantly use them. I thought there was a way where I can use my keybinds to move stuff, but having snapping as well. I mean, honestly, thank you for forcing me to, or obviously not forcing, but giving me a nice nudge to build this. Because this is great. The only thing I do want to correct, the angle in this is really tilted. I'm not particularly loving this, so let's hope we don't break anything here. We do slightly, but that's okay for us. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little redo the ground vegetation in this little area here, but the path looks a lot better like this. Well, visually, I also think it's nicer without the fence, Metzger. I totally agree. But don't you think that the fence should be there for safety reasons? I don't like wooden fence there so much, I think. Maybe. Now you guys make me think. How did you, Metzger, how did you do the cable from the slip line? Because something that would actually be lit would be a slip line from up here all the way to this side, I guess, to this thing. Yeah, but you can only use that in the editor, so that's not something I can just put here properly. Or can you actually move that in-game as well? I tried so in the past and I had very weird things happen when I did. Really? Did they change how that works? Yeah, I tried with that in the past. But whenever I tried around with a high voltage cable with J, we couldn't really use it outside of the editor. Okay. I'm just gonna put it here so I can reach it easily. And you say, if I go into move it with net lanes, I can just move this. Obviously, we're gonna have to correct it. See, it always goes to... Is that... Can I fix that with manipulation mode? The he's of them. No, stop. I'm using the netlane version, am I not? This is a netlane. This is Antu. What on the very top left in it? Manipulation mode. Yeah, that's what I meant. I just moved them in place before, but yeah, we can move them now probably. If I can hit the node. The node should be somewhere here below everything. Yeah, that's my bad. I know that I would have had to use manipulation mode later on. I did not think about the node being hidden under other things. So we're gonna redraw this in a different area and then move it correctly. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, draw it here in the flat terrain. Maybe it's below the... I'm gonna... Oh, no, here actually, let me grab it. Yes, you were indeed reading the devil's language there. And now the question is, if I touch it in normal mode, will it fall to the floor right away? Because I know I will have to adjust the heat in manipulation mode. I just wanna do this without... Okay, I can. Nice. So I guess we'd wanna be somewhere here. I don't think we're gonna keep these, guys. It's just for science. We're learning together here. I guess this one we move up before we move it where it's supposed to go. Oh, why did I move the entire... That's not what I wanted. That's my bad. Yeah, that's interesting, because I never tried to work with this outside of the editor, and in the editor that really was not behaving very nicely. And yes, I'm thinking about maybe building a zipline here. I'm not sure if I like the idea or not. I just wanna have a look at it and learn how to use this properly. What I don't understand is a word selection of these. Why now he does not let me take only... He always takes all nodes. Why is he always taking all nodes instead of just a single one? Should allow me to? Okay, now I have just this node. I don't know how we managed to touch all of them on accident. See, this is why I keep saying I'm bad at this game, because clearly I'm bad at this game. But I think after 1,000 bad tries, we did it. We could build a zip line here. I'm not sure if we should, but we could. I mean, I'm fine, Metzger. This is what I wanted to do, even maybe if I didn't do it as elegant as you would like me to do it. I'm not entirely convinced yet, but maybe. Because I know you guys want me to remove the railing, but I don't think we can remove the railing. I also thought it looked cuter without the railing, but it's so dangerous. Yeah, I mean, I've not entirely thought this through. The only time in my life that I ziplined myself when I was still smaller and not as afraid of heat as nowadays was from very big trees to other very big trees, and they literally had mattresses bound onto the tree, because yeah, you do smash a little into it and have to make sure to stay on the platform. So I guess I would just build a small platform here below. Okay, if everybody agrees that this has been prettier without the railing, you guys win. Because yes, visually, I agree with you guys. Because especially the stairs look a lot nicer. I think I'm gonna keep this very bit here at the back where it's especially deep. Can we agree on this? Is this a compromise you guys are happy with? I mean, yes, the zipline does look like a massive dust trap. I will not disagree. The inner one, this one on this side. Yeah, actually, maybe I should have kept that. I mean, I guess especially now with the zipline, it does make sense that there is no railing in the front here. So, I don't hate it. I mean, actually, I do think we should just put a sign down here. The question is what kind of sign would be fitting for that. But we don't have to ask ourselves that question anymore, cause now wait for this absolute beautiful moment. It's not all signs, but it's the bigger signs. We have all bigger signs here. So we can have a look at...
My God!
Holy
Okay, it's
shit.
happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Welcome in, Muzi and gang. How was the stream going tonight? And thanks so much for the raid, Q-Team. We are not building a sign factory, I'm just looking at the signs we have available. Because we need some kind of warning sign. So people preferably don't kill themselves. If they really want to, not like we can stop them, but we can try stopping them at least. Maybe this is proper, but welcome in all of you and thanks so much for the raid, mate. We've been building this today, which is a start of our supposedly later quite big botanical garden. What is the Bascule Bridge sign? Is it called that in Find It as well? Because if so, I can just search it. And it indeed is a beautiful sign factory. Well, I mean, we're working on it. The only part that is kind of finished is this canyon part that we had an absolute blast with today, which we basically been just clicking down different plans. And now we were just having a look at what kind of warning sign we can use, because we built this small pass up here, and then you can climb up this cliff, and then you can use this zip line, which the end of it does not seem very safe. So the least we can do is, I guess, warn people that this is dangerous. So I was just having a look at different signage we can put down here, just to warn people that maybe it's best not to bring your kids up here. Oh, I will show you the plane crash, and also welcome into all of you, Jelly and Jonah and Canadian himself, of course, and Q and Ancient Faye. Nice to see all of you here. But yeah, this is the very start, and then hopefully we're trying to work out this amphitheater and all of this later on. But today this has been it, and now, because actually I'm excited to show this to Moose himself as well, I'm gonna jump over and show the plane crash and also the rest of the airport. And thank you so much, Jonah. It's why whenever I'm in Jonah's chat, and I think most of you in my chat probably know Jonah, but he's usually, at least lately, building with a like extra big map mod, and Jonah's map is so gigantic, and with how slow and long I need for building stuff and how detailed I am, I could absolutely never finish the maps you're working on. In case I always think that this map is a little too big for me. If it would be a bit smaller, I wouldn't mind. But yes, Jelly, here you get your absolute wonderful plane crash, which obviously part of the bigger airport build that I was very excited to showcase. And hey Gray, nice to see you here. Hope you're having a nice evening. But yeah, we built this airplane crash because obviously Los Vagos is not super safe. In fact, there is something very funny happening at my airport when the planes are arriving. I'm going to show that in a moment. And you understand why things like plane crashes happen here. Because let's say our pilots could need a little retraining, I believe. And of course, whenever I'm here, it's planes, but now I want a plane, none is coming. That one is taking off, we need one to land. Because the landing planes are the actual 10 out of 10 one. Yes, this is a fully, you see those planes here, Muzi, right? This is a fully functional airport, everything works, I have people flying and going here, and it's pretty easy. Like with the star cube blocks, it's actually pretty easy nowadays. The only weird thing that I would like to show, and we're gonna wait till a plane arrives, I hope it's not gonna be so long, but the landing is a bit buggy, which I believe I can fix with a mod that people recommended to me. And I downloaded that mod, but I not tried around with it. But yeah, I've been having such a, while we wait for the airport, we can look around a bit. I've been having such a blast. Like I built weird stuff, right? I wanted one of those plane graveyards. Obviously, I can't really break the planes, right? We don't only have so many options to do something, but I try to imitate a kind of plane graveyard, I guess. Debatable how well of a job I did, but at least for the vibe, I think this works pretty nice. And then I went hard on the detailing, like just normal maintenance buildings and such. And especially I enjoyed this, because not only did we build a nice proper full functional airport, we also built a nice chopper depot. And yeah, we kind of went through everything. I'm not an aviation enthusiast, so bear with me, I just built what I thought makes sense at an airport. Probably in reality it's quite a bit different. But obviously some radio stuff and some service and emergency services that actually have their own nice water supply in the back. So we're never gonna run out of water, because again, pilots here are not the best, stuff like this happens, so we need emergency services. And we have some nice tanking station over here on the left side of the airport. And we have this entire monstrosity of an airport, which really is like 10 buildings moved into each other. But I do think it actually turned out quite cute in the end. So very much happy with this airport build. In fact, one of the very cool things about this airport build I have not shown off yet, but we can show off right here, right now together. And is this. Not only does this look cute during the day, I actually went out all the way and placed lightning everywhere. So this also does look really goddamn cute during the night. Which is an area that the rest of my block or build is severely lacking in. Again, I have no clue of aviation. Everybody told me that my runway can't be number 69, and that's not a thing in aviation. I, meanwhile, think runway 69 is the coolest number, so we have runway 69. So, again, debatable, but I think it's good. Oh, he's landing. Now look at this. Oh, look at it. No! I fumbled that camera so hard. Holy shit. Why did I fumble that camera so hard? They do some crazy drift here, like, guess you could kinda see. I'm so sad. Finally we have a plane landing.
Bye,
and I just do that absolute disaster. And have a good night, Gaga. Always happy to have you here. Have a good night. But yeah, please, I'm actually sad that I missed that one. Doesn't matter, because we have more nice things here. I'm gonna miss the next plane, I can see it already coming. The reason I was so excited about this build news is that we don't only build a cute airport, but I kinda on accident also build an entire new, pretty cute town. I at least think pretty cute. We have what you like so much in your builds as well. Our entire build has those pull-back walkways, which obviously a lot more rural than where you're usually doing it, but I do think it works really well in this build. And really it has everything a proper airport needs. You come out, you have a bus terminal over here, you have a small hotel here in case you miss your flight. If you miss your flight and you're broke, we have this hotel here for you, which also not bad. And then we have the nice rail connection up over here. And honestly, I've been having a blast with this build. We have a cute car rental place over here for people that need a car while they're out. So yes, this is why I was so excited on showing this build, because I had an absolute blast building this. And it's been built for a long time and I couldn't show it because I was waiting. He's landing. Finally, it's drift time. Now look at what's happening here and you see why I'm amused. Why are they doing this every single time? And now he does this. I'm not even gonna question it. Like, it's Los Vagos. Everybody in my city is crazy. Like, I'm not operating the airport. This is Chirpy's air, so clearly this is all chaos. His duty. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, but it seems questionable to me. And thanks so much, Visco. Or Visco Steve, I should say. That's very nice of you. Yeah, I had a blast building this. Again, a lot of credit obviously belongs to Sully for making these amazing net lanes and putting those out. The build would look half as good without those. And another really big credit, because you've been asking if this is functional moves. I think you've been starting to dive into them a bit more, but the service blocks, right? And I know you said you don't love them for every situation, but especially the one for actual services like airport, fire station, water management, and all of that. Absolutely wonderful. You can just plop them down. It's really easy to build. Like, I showed how to build an airport here in like 30 seconds in the last episode, and it's really just plopping down this block and 2 extensions, and you have your airport. It just does not look very interesting till you detail it. But yeah, today we pretty much been all stream working on this area, and I think we are ready to go over to this area a little. Oh, and one thing I built off stream, which I say shamelessly stolen from some very funny and creative person on Hall of Fames, but it was too good to not copy and get into our own build. Obviously this farm is not properly worked out yet, right? So ignore how this looks. We're gonna get into this farm eventually, but we had to have our main detail in there already. Again, credit does not belong to me. I've shamelessly stolen this from somebody else. The idea is not originally mine. Why am I not allowed to? Sir? Are those sub-objects? They are. Game is trying to bamboozle me. It clearly is. You guys know I'm very dedicated and interested in rocket science. I'm very, very fascinated by space and spacecrafts. So I decided to show off my hobby and my passion here, which clearly is a rocket ship. And I think I did a great job at drawing this rocket ship out. So, is that the explanation you were hoping for? I guess so. But yeah, now we're diving into this area here, I guess. I wish we had a cactus so goddamn much. And why did that not play? That always did that play for you guys? Is my bot being silly?
I wish we had a cactus.
Okay, there it goes. And welcome in, Urban. Nice to see you here. Yeah, thanks. I don't know who it was. I think it was Luca. Sadly, Luca is not here. Because I had some really shitty land here, like a week ago or something, and it looked absolutely horrific and just like an open wound in our build, because all of this was detailed, but this looked terrible, horrible. And he called me out for my terrible looking canyon. I told him that he needs to be patient and we need some time. But yeah, I think we're slowly getting there. And thanks a lot. I hope we can manage to get this area up here as interesting as well. So far it's just early markdown from it. And here I'm very curious, because sadly we can't recolor this. And I've been cheating a bit and just using decals on top. The issue is we will get some ugly overlaps if we're not careful. So we're gonna have to be a bit careful and slow here. See here in the building, we're getting really ugly overlaps. It's fine, this is gonna be tedious, but you guys know, while we're very lazy here, we're never too lazy to get our build to look good. We're gonna have to move them manually with transform tool to avoid the overlaps here. Yeah, really, Metzger, I told you, if you need any help locally adjusting some decals, I can gladly show you. And I can also send those here to you, but they are pretty much matched to my build in general. So I guess it does make more sense for you to just adjust the ones you need yourself. And while there is a few people in chat, I need input by mainly the North Americans in chat. The high voltage cable has to go, right? We can't... This has been here since a long time and it's really out of place, I think. Feels like this does not belong this close to a park and farms like it is, but I'm unsure. I don't hate it in the visuals, to be honest, especially if you look from here. It does add something. I don't love it, I don't hate it, I'm unsure, and I'm curious what you guys think. If I should reroute it further out of the city and more around it, or keep it the way it is now. And again, this putting decals on here is a bit tedious, but I just hate the normal gray beige shape of these, so we're gonna try to not overlap too much, but give this some color. You don't think it's out of place? Curious. And if you think just visually, do you think this area would look prettier without those? Because initially I was really sure that I'm gonna yeet them out. Like, I looked at this and started to build this and I was like, this has to go. I don't like it. This is not what we want. But the longer I look at it, especially in screenshots like this, I do think they really add some vibe to the area. Well, you're the most US citizen in my chat, I would say. But I guess if that's 3 real US citizens telling me it's fine, then I guess we're fine. Here we actually need to move it up slightly because I don't want to draw on the bottom. Yeah, and I think we're probably gonna do what I did here as well and mix some other decals in there as well. But yeah, this is a bit tedious because here again we will have to take these and move them away with transform tool. Good enough. I mean, it's not perfect, but I actually can live with this. And thanks, Urban. That was very nice of you. Well, these I actually definitely still want to bring in. You mean those, right? Because yes, I think they really fit our build, and we should have them any or everywhere. The only issue is I'm a bit lazy, and electricity is something that comes so late, and I keep forgetting about it. So this entire area back here is not connected yet, and it should be, because it looks very nice, but yeah, I don't know. Not happened yet. In fact, now you said it, maybe you have to suffer through me doing it right here and right now. How do we bring it there? I actually want this side first, so we're gonna be tricky. I never know if this is okay if I do this or not. When I cross road like that, it feels like it should be fine, but I don't know. Maybe once we have the small ones, it becomes a bit too much with both of them, but let's see. If all of you guys are staying by they can be there, then I think we're actually just gonna leave them. How do we route them here though? Can we be high enough to go over this? This looks a bit dangerous, but it's fine, it's Vagos. And gladly, if you're unhappy with my cable placement, let me know, because I'm always very unsure when I place them, because we don't really have those in Europe. So I don't really know what I'm doing. Not that I ever know what I'm doing, but with this I even less know what I'm doing. And this is a great tip if you don't want to place them so close to the road so that you don't actually have a connection, and they complain about this not having a connection. Just take an underground cable, connect your pillar and connect it to your actual layout or your actual electricity connection, and you get rid of those annoying warnings. Which Sunny showed me that, and I'm a big fan of that tip. I mean, to be honest, I like it. It also really matches what I want in my build. Kinda admire American nature and also kinda make fun of American infrastructure. And this does admire the nature, but also having cables like this everywhere is the American way to devalue the nice nature, so I don't hate it. In fact, while we're here ready, I guess might as well bring this around all the way. Can I be tricky and place it in the middle here? Maybe that looks silly, we're gonna see afterwards. But yeah, well, actually very appreciated asking about the electricity. Well, I'm sure this is not that interesting to watch. This is something I'm always putting off too far in the future, and it's great to have a reason to actually go over this and do this. And this is something that the more Moose sticks to his build, Moose will have to do eventually as well. I doubt he's still here, probably having after stream mantries or something. But we build a proper caravan park here, which I think turned out surprisingly cute for not actually having caravans in the game and just combining the trailer with some of the vehicles, and I do think this would look really nice in Musi's build as well. So definitely something to think about. But yes, our cute RV campgrounds in Los Vagos. And something that I don't think Jonah has ever seen, but we made a cute Jonah tag a while ago. So we have this in here. And while you say that it's interesting to watch my streams, I think I'm gonna do the most boring thing ever, because I have not taken a break since I started the stream yet. So I am gonna try to find a police patrol to send you guys, there we go, up on a nice road trip for a moment while I go take a quick toilet break and grab something to drink. And then I'll be back for a little while again. Okay, always want to get this right, because the drives look very silly in full simulation speed, so I always go in here, get half sim speed. And now we have a nice first person ride for you. I'll be back in a few minutes, just gonna grab something to drink and go to the toilet real quick. Be right back, guys, and thanks for watching. Right, I'm back. I swear, I absolutely adore these road trips. Sadly, I usually only do those road trips when I go to the toilet or take a quick break. But really, this is what our city looks the absolute most beautiful from. I also do see so many goddamn things wrong with our build when we're this close up. But beside all of the big flaws in our build, it still looks quite cute. And the patrolling actually lately been pretty goddamn good. I hate the way he drives into those houses and you just see that word buggy inside as well. Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, Urban, and have a nice night. I don't think, looking at the clock, I can stream too much longer myself either, but I definitely want to dive a bit more into this. Which I don't think is going to be very interesting, because mainly what I want to do here is placing a lot of walls here to get this a bit more proper. Alright, Matsker, same for you. Have a wonderful good night and thanks for tuning in. Really, I never use this drywall from Jay so much, but for this build, it's just absolutely superb for what we're doing here. So we're gonna literally spam this area with it. We don't, I shouldn't say spam, because we don't need it that much, but I do think like these side railings here really add to the vibe of this, though I'm a bit unsure again. Maybe we want to recolor the rocks later, then maybe the walls are looking a bit more out of place. But that's something future me can deal with. For now, I'm just gonna ignore that. This is actually high enough without wall. Maybe up here we can add two of them. I actually, after Matsker taught me today why sometimes the keybinds work and sometimes they don't. I don't like it. This is something I'm gonna ask Yen if maybe we can change this. Because I think you would want to use the keybinds to raise and lower, even though you have snapping on quite a lot as well. In fact, it feels like often I can do that, even though I have clipping on, but I'm not sure why the behavior would change. Because clearly here I wanna snap, but then I wouldn't mind some heat variation, but I can't be bothered to click here all the time. If it would be with keybinds though, then quick and easy anyways. We need more. Oh yeah, here we need another rail. And is everybody as excited as me? I'm sure most people are, but about the first Move It update, I know I have not installed it yet. I'm usually a bit lazy installing local mods. And I'm probably just gonna wait till it officially get uploaded, but great news about movie and it being in safe hands, so very happy with that. Is it gonna be too over the top if we also rail up this? I am probably going over the board with these, but I don't think so. I do think that corner looks way nicer than the other one, so yeah, I don't think so. The stairs probably don't need anything here, but the side here I actually quite like. If anybody is wondering where I have these wonderful drywalls from, I said it earlier, but they are a local asset by Jay. You can get these in Suli's Discord. As many other wonderful local assets on there. I know not everybody is a fan of local assets, and I totally understand. It is a bit tedious to take care of them and update them locally, but if you're really desperate for getting more variation, like I am, then I do think they're a great alternative. And now, usually I feel very bad about what I'm doing here, because I think it's pretty goddamn boring, but I guess all of you watch moose do ground vegetation all day long. So I'm sure you guys can also suffer with me doing a very little ground variation here. Just to get this be a bit less bland and clean than it is now. The entire back here we're gonna have to look a bit again as well. I think we do probably looking at it, because this canyon is really rocky. And I do want this side also to be really rocky. I want the upper part here to be a lot less rock intense. A bit like it is here. So we will have to find a better transition. I think we need a bit more rocks here and then slowly fade out in the overlap towards there. I do think we also want to copy this and have some nice heating here. One of the assets that I really did not pay attention to in that last patch, oh, I'm putting in the wrong way. That's not good. Now people can't see. But yeah, I'll show you the assets, because there is 4 assets that I pretty much did not notice we got added, and they are so goddamn good. I'm so happy we've gotten them. And this is the first build in which I'm actually properly using them. I mean, game, if you like me putting down those pubes, then I guess good stream for you. If you like exciting content, then I guess wrong stream for anybody. But yes, the assets I meant is both these, which is called Pier Bench. I only found those on accident because I googled for pier and I seen those and they are stunning. I don't think their placement here makes the most sense because they have those back benches. I love the front benches. It's kind of special VIP seating, so we're just gonna leave it this way. Maybe we can actually just move them back into the wall to close it off. But I'm a big fan of this. And then the other ones are these. And I love anything that is really small and gives us variation to detail things with. And I love them. I don't know why I never seen them before, especially the smaller one of these, the mushroom looking one. 10 out of 10. Absolutely cute and beautiful. We're gonna use this a lot in the future, especially for some small entrance or something like this. Yes, all of this still, obviously, we're just in very early stages, right? If you look at all of this nature we have here, we want this to look the same, right? Like, we're just not there yet, but yes, we're gonna rock all of this up and plant all of this up and then move through. Oh, you mean in these benches? Actually, not a bad idea. Hold on, I actually don't dislike it. What can we use? Maybe this one actually. I'm gonna put it next to it and we move it in there with move it. I'm not sure if we can get this in there without like super silly overlaps. But if, that would actually be a good solution. I like it. It's a bit weird, but it does the job. It hides that word backbench we don't want to have. And all of this is gonna get a lot more green anyway, so it's gonna look less out of place. Yeah, I like it. Good idea. Gonna do the same for this one as well. Yeah, see, here we have to turn it a bit and move it a bit further, because this is exactly what I was afraid of. It poking through there too much. That seems fine enough and still hiding it beautifully. I mean, it's a bit weird having a plant there in the back, but I guess we don't mind. I think I'm actually gonna go in here and put some more of the rocks I said, because while we're missing a lot of other detailing as well, I think the rocks make the area look mostly layouted and in shape. So if you put the rocks down, it's the easiest to imagine how the area will come together. And especially here and in the back of this, we're a lot to plan for now. I actually like the big one there. I'm gonna leave it for now. This is one of the things that we might revisit in future if we're a bit further. Whenever I say that, big chance we're not gonna revisit because I'm a lazy bitch, but let's see, maybe we'll revisit. And why is this tree here? It does not belong in there. And so curious, because I would have expected when I ask about the power lines that everybody tells me they have to go. Because again, I myself thought they have to go earlier on, but then the more I look at this area, the more I actually appreciate the look of them in here. So that everybody said they can stay, quite nice. But yeah, of course, I got what you meant. And you're not wrong, so I'm not gonna shame you for it. Again, this rock placement, not super exciting or anything, but has to be done, especially up here where we done nothing to get the area a bit more in shape. And I love what we did here. Oh, wait, actually I should not say that, because there is something I absolutely not love what we did here, and that's how this bleeds. Well, okay, otherwise I do love what we did here, and we brought the path through this ruin. So if you're having a hike here and you're walking through this, you're actually gonna pass through this, which I guess for some big built Americans could be a problem. But I guess it's far enough up in the hiking area that people walking there is right across the parking lot. Maybe we will have some people get stuck in there, but it's not our fault. Yeah, we have to put many... Actually, stone bench is curious, because we don't have any real proper stone bench, but maybe we can build something ourselves. Because yeah, some like actual natural bench to sit down would be dope. Hi Sunny, nice to see you. We did some electricity earlier, not too much, but look, we have electricity in this area now, which I hope you're gonna be proud of me. You better be proud of me. Well, yeah, to be honest, looking at the clock, I should join you in that operation soon. But also this game is fun and I don't wanna go sleep yet. But yeah, I should find somebody to raid soon and also head. I am very proud of you, of course. Though, to be honest, thinking about it, maybe not. The big ones, I'm so that's so curious, because when I started building out this area, I was convinced I'm gonna have to get rid of the big cables. But now we built this at least partly out, really, only this start of this is built out. That's why I always go in this angle, because from here it already looks like a nice build. But yeah, the cables look so good, even the big ones. It's a bit weird having them go through Botanical Garden Nature Reservoir like this. But yeah, the longer I look at it, the more I actually appreciate them. The question is how hard we go on rocks up here as well. I still wanna rock this out a bit, but nowhere near as much as in the lower areas. So I slowly want to start fading out the rocks here a bit and go more into proper nature. And here I want to keep some space, because I don't know exactly how we're gonna build this out, but some kind of princess garden slash vineyard. And I would like the path to go here in the bottom and kind of join into whatever we do here later on. So I guess we should already lay that down to block some space for it. And I started something I've never done in the past, but I started actually sloping the terrain properly before I lay down passes, and I do think it's worth to do. To make the path a bit cleaner and a bit less weirdly shifted by terrain. So we're gonna do the same here as well. Go up here, go here, and then slowly... Oh, actually I don't like the look of this at all. Maybe if we level it like this, but we might have to get rid of what we just did here. Do we hate it or do we not hate it? It's kind of weird though, to be honest. If we rock this out, a nice plateau like this actually is not horrible. Yeah, I mean, honestly, with our weird redneck build, we have an excuse for everything. Because yeah, you're right. It's just those Vagos, really. And how are you doing today? sunny beside brushing your teeth. I hope that's not the highlight of your day. And welcome in, Wolf. Nice to see you here. I am unhappy with you and I'm unhappy with fashion, Wolf. You guys exclusively stream when I'm sleeping. And I would like your streams, I would like to watch sometime, but how am I able to do so if you only ever stream in the middle of the night for me? Well, I mean, I'm sure it is, though I'm also sure you don't mean me, but some other cute beauty in your life. I'm actually gonna go all the way and then slope this up. We're probably gonna correct this, but just now where we're laying out the roads, I want this kinda marked. And this terrain here is looking a bit weird, but it's actually correct because we have parking lots here. Actually want to bring them out a very little and make it a bit more consistent. Something like this, and then we can walk out below and make a nice transition. Well, I guess, yeah, I could just move, but then to be honest, I prefer other people just moving to Europe instead of me having to move to the US. I'm sure you could teach me loads, like just in my last stream when I was building the airport, I learned so goddamn much by StarQ being in chat. StarQ literally, like, we just, oh, click here, do that, solved some of my biggest issues with the game, which obviously were just my own incompetence. But I'm not great at the game. My builds turn out okay, because I invest time in them and I'm not lazy to click a lot, but I'm not actually good at the game otherwise. There's already a bit too many rocks actually, but I guess now we've done it, I'm too lazy to delete it, we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna fade out here and get more thin. And here in this overlay we need a bit more, and else we're also gonna fade out. Line tool is my enemy. Line tool is never a friend. Line tool is only acceptable for very, very few things in game, and placing rocks like we're doing here is definitely not one of them. The question is, I guess we do want a path through here that I should have laid down first and then do everything full of rocks, but thinking ahead is not my strong suit, so obviously we're gonna go the less efficient and silly route here. And are you or Fashion gonna stream today, Wolf? Because I am pretty close to wrapping up for today, and if so, get your ass online and I can send people over there. Not sure if maybe KS is streaming still as well, though KS usually not streaming that long. Well, I mean, tomorrow then. Maybe I'll stream again this week, like Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know, you guys know I'm never really on a schedule, but I think this week is not that stressy, so I hope I can find a bit of time to stream. And again, these rocks is not very interesting, but it helps me so much to get a better idea of the area, just because they kinda lock down the space a lot better. So I think just having those few rocks we just placed there brings this entire area a lot more together. Obviously, what's gonna really bring it together is if we go hard here and put on all the plants and actually start detailing it. But yeah, I really wish there was a way to count things placed in saves. Because I don't even want to know how many rocks and trees and decals we put in this save. All I can say is by now my save file is close to 300 megabytes, so every time we do this, and if I do this twice more or 2 more times, then we're down a gigabyte on my hard drive. I'm slightly below, I think it's like 285 or something now, but yeah, it's getting a chunky boy. Which really is not much of a problem, but it does mean that I more regularly have to go in and delete old saves, because yeah, it's too much to just keep. Yeah, I'm also, to be fair, I don't fully understand where that size comes from, because I do think it's one of the biggest save in cities I've seen from anybody. Which, I mean, I do play very detailed and I play here since a while, but there is people with 1,000 times more population and such, so I believe it's probably really just referencing all of the decals and surfaces and things we placed. But crazy that makes up such a high number. I wish there was a quicker way to do this, but I do think if you don't hand place this, it never looks as nice. And the quickest way I found is just to draw different layers and go over it with everything else. And actually, while we're here, I'm very unsure about what I've been trying to do here. Probably we're not gonna keep this because it looks silly. But I wanted to try to build a weird small arch of this. Yeah, I think also it's rotations and like position of every single object, which is crazy because holy goddamn shit, and I have a lot of stuff in my map. Which really I'm not surprised by, but still the number is bigger than I would have anticipated. Can we now just match these if we take both of these? Oh, oops. Now take both of these and move it a bit like this, and take both of these and move it a bit like this. That looks a bit too artificial and man-made.
I am moving in, boy.
Which property is it? You need me to be a realtor for you and show you around, or you have anything in mind?
I wish we had a cactus.
I also wish we had a cactus, but
I wish
Muzi,
we had a cactus.
now you're gonna see, I limited you. You have 2 cactus redeems now. I know I'm a bitch and I ruin all the fun. But after you guys bombarding me in one of my last streams, I actually decided to limit you.
Bola time.
And thank you for the hydrate. I don't
that's
mind that
cute.
at all.
Place an
I
electricity
mean, you can
box.
still blast many of them, and I'm even gonna follow them, because you just redeemed 2 actual things while spamming. You redeemed one of the very best redeems ever, and it's electricity box, which really, electricity box should always be redeemed. It makes such a nice difference. I don't know why I don't always place them.
I am the owner here.
Okay, there you have that, and you get your bollards, and then we need to find a
wish we had a
shitty place
cactus.
to move in. I also wish we had a cactus, and you guys know I am praying hard for that to change in future. And if you say the shittiest, what do you mean the shittiest place to move in? The shittiest place in the entire city? The shittiest place in our new area here? Or what is it? And here see, Muzi, even though you've been just spamming, you even get your bollard time as well. You got your electricity boxes already. So I'm following the redeems. And actually both of them appreciate it, because both of that is something we should have done anyways. Well, never say sorry, Elgando. You just watch when it fits and you feel like it. And if you're busy, obviously you're busy. But glad to have you here. And I mean, this entire area we're building here is pretty much an Elgando dirty road showcase. Because look at how goddamn beautiful all of these Elgando things here look. Even the stream here is not amazing. And all of these nice red ones here, you guys don't have yet. I'm not trying to make you jealous. I'm not saying ha ha ha, I already have cooler dirty roads than you guys, but kinda exactly what I'm saying, because you guys don't have these and they are goddamn beautiful. And so, where are you gonna move in? I still need information. The worst one is not enough. The worst one in this area or the worst one in the entire city. Because really, we don't have really shitty things. Maybe one of these trailers is to your liking. I mean, garbage? I'm not even sure if that is possible, but maybe actually. Hold on. Can we rename this? Is this where you wanna live? I'm not judging, but if you say you wanna live in the trash, this does seem like a... Why is this sign there? User, get your booty out of here. Don't want vanilla signage. This, if you're asking to live in the trash, I'm just offering as a realtor here, trying my best to show you option. Okay. Is this an accepted name? I think it's a cute holiday mansion. You can tell her you got a mansion for her, and then I can show the nice mansion to her. I'm sure she's gonna be happy about it. I hope you're happy with that choice. We can find something else as well, but not a bad choice. I mean, you can also get yourself something cute. I'm very unsure about this weird arch we built here. I kinda like the arch, but it looks so man-made. It looks too perfect. We need to give this some more imperfections somehow. It's just, guys, this arch is like me. It's just a little too perfect, guys. I still don't like it. Maybe if we sink it further and now add up some normal rocks and other weird pillars to it to make it a bit less perfect. Because yeah, like this, honestly, I'm not a fan of it. This is helping slightly, but the top is still too perfect. Can we actually go in there with these? I'm not sure if what we're doing here is gonna work, but maybe if we can get this cube, maybe this is the way. Mainly here at the top is just too perfect. If we get this some more rocks everywhere, maybe it's a little less awkward than it is right now. Can actually put a big rock below there as well. Mini still does not look great, but now it looks like it has bad acne. So I'm not certain if I count this as a success, what we did right here. It just looks sick now. Well, thanks so much, that's very nice of you. This part of the river is not done yet. We'll get to this part. The only part of the river that actually is done yet is this small part here under the bridge going into our small canyon. The entire upper part of it we are gonna work out now. I even played Borderlands, but it's so long ago that I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, Elgando. But let's hope that's something good. Yeah, I don't like the arch yet, to be honest. I'm not sure, maybe we have to delete it. Maybe we can get it to be a bit less bad than it is right now. I am not really certain on it yet, but the way it is right now, I'm with you guys. I don't love it yet. I think it's too clean, too orderly. Maybe if we go in and put a few more of them into it, it's gonna be a bit less clean and orderly. Or maybe any of you has a good idea on how this arch can look a bit less weird than it is now. I think the issue mainly is the top, because the top is just so clean. So we're gonna go in and place two more kind of slim ones. This one and maybe this one. And this is some annoying, tedious something. What do you mean, like a mountain cave? Oh
My
shit!
God! Okay, it's
Welcome
happening.
in, Chaos.
Everybody stay calm.
Okay.
Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
That's what do I do now? I was gonna stop streaming soon, Chaos, and raid you, but now you were too quick and you stopped already, because I'm having a bit too much fun today. But now who am I gonna raid? Now you're here, but thank you so much for the raid and welcome in. Yeah, I mean, I agree with all of what you're saying, and I probably will add more, like we have more arches, right? We have this arch here as well, which I think this is a lot prettier, but this is also like made from big boulders, hand placed, so easier to get pretty as well. And we have this arch as well, which Jay made. I don't like the bushes on it, so I'm gonna have to adjust it in the editor. But the arch also very pretty. This is just supposed to be a small one here over the river, but yeah, again, I don't disagree with you guys that at least for now it's not it. But I do think with the one we just added, it's already gotten a bit better, so maybe if we move this one into place properly, we can get some more. You claimed the street! I missed that, sorry, there was so much redeems earlier. Which street are you claiming, Elgendo? And sorry for missing it. Yeah, thanks so much for the raid, Chaos, and have an absolute wonderful night. Next time, maybe my stream is shorter and I can be the one raiding you, because honestly, I've been planning on raiding you, but I was too slow, I guess. And which is the street you want, Elgendo? I guess because it's your net lanes, you probably want maybe this? I knew it. I could tell already. There you go, it's yours. And yeah, have a wonderful good night, Chaos, and thanks for the raid. And I'm happy that Luca is here, if Luca is still here, because I think you've been throwing shade at me for this canyon, which really, I never detailed this or anything, it was just a space here blocked, very ugly, like a week or something ago, and you blamed me for my canyon looking horrible, Luca, at least if I recall correct. And yeah, now today we took our time and detailed out this canyon, so now it looks a lot less horrible. It's still not done, we still need to place sims here and fix this up a little, maybe make our zip line a bit less deadly than it is right now, because this does not seem very safe, but eventually we'll get there. Anybody, I don't care, like I'm gonna have a quick peek already, because yeah, I do really need to stop streaming. It's 1 o'clock here already. Yeah, there is literally nobody playing any civilization or any cities or sim game that I would usually raid online right now. So if somebody in my chat plans on streaming today, go get your ass online so I can go raid over there. Really, I was planning on raiding Chaos, but I guess I am streaming longer today than I usually am. And honestly, guys, this is still all but perfect, but I do think this helped a lot. It still looks a bit unnatural, especially in this side, but I do think we can prop this arch up kind of alright. We add some boulder here and maybe even a smaller one on top inside of it. It's less shit than it was. It's still not perfect, but I do think we can get this right. If we place another one a bit further here, I think we're gonna be alright. I can't. I wish I could, Gray, but I have to be up early tomorrow, so as much as I would like to say yes to you guys, I physically can't. Unless somebody of you is willing to take over my salary and I can quit my job, then sure, I would absolutely gladly do that. But if that is not an option, then I fear I will have to head offline soon. Come on, let me... This is not the right one. Okay, we're just gonna move it backwards. Okay, this is the right one. Why is it so finicky for me to touch that single one? It doesn't like me touching it. Did you? I mean, I fear I'm too old to do that. I would die and suffer tomorrow. And you guys like me, right? You don't want me to die and suffer, I hope. Probably everybody in my chat is just a hate watcher, so that's exactly what you're hoping for. This is getting better and better, guys. I hate it quite a bit less. It's still not perfect, but now it's weird and quirky, and I kinda can like it. Before it just looked bad and out of place. I know. Though you're gonna have to fight for that. Like a lot of hate watchers in my chat. I always forget that I need to type J as well. These drywalls, really, they're so goddamn good for this build. And we want 2 of the short ones as well to finish the end here. This bridge actually might be too thin. It is very thin, but it also is a natural area. I think it's fine. I mean, actually, you know what? Because I should get ready for bed. As I said, I still need somebody in my chat to start streaming, please. Need somebody to raid. But I think we can do something. We can put a blood splatter, but hold on. This is gonna be... My computer is not good enough for what we're gonna do here. But we're gonna try something. We're gonna try to simulate a zipline. We can use this mode. I have not used this much, so bear with me. We're trying our best. We add a keyframe here, and we go to like 10 seconds. And I hope it doesn't memorize how horrible I move. We go somewhere here. We add another keyframe. We go here. Let me up. Oh shit, I didn't move. Okay, never mind, I fumbled that. I should move it even further, but fine, it's gonna be a fast zip line in the end. And we put one... I did not move it again. I'm so shit at this camera. Let's see if that worked. I used this like a few times before, but not much, so I'm very bad at it, as you guys could clearly just see. but we should be able to have a zip line right now. Kinda. It even stopped us in the end. We did not die. We kind of alive. That was and the timing of that was horrible, but kind of, actually. All we need here is something like... Wait, I think we actually have something just for that. Can I find it? Where are the... I've seen them so much lately. Wait, hold on, I know how to find them. We can use picker and we go here and we have this word balcony. Yes, and there are some more of them. We want a small one. Is there no version of this with a bottom attached? I guess not. We can attach it ourselves, it's fine. We place this here. I guess this is supposed to go with it. So we place this here. Well, I mean, this at least gives some of them the chance to not die. If they die, so be it. Their fault, not mine. But they can at least try to be okay. Oh, I hate this already. Please let me select the board. Okay, hold on. We're gonna just delete the board and place it proper right away. I probably did this as complicated as humanly possible, but it kinda worked. I guess it needs to be a bit lower. Yeah, no, I'm too lazy to install local mods, especially cause I expect Movie to be, like the beta version, to be on PDX in a few days from now. So with things like that, where I know they're gonna come to PDX anyways, I usually just hold out a bit longer and wait till I can just sub and not have to do any file management. If it's something where I know it's not going on PDX, then I'm willing to do it, but otherwise I try not to. And can we not just steal the technique we did on the other side with flat rocks and build some weird natural staircase on top of here? I mean, it's still a very deadly zipline experience, but at least if you survive, you can make it out safely. So I think it's fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually follow Wolf's lead and use a moment and save the game one last time and have a look if there is anybody we can raid. You mean scaling the size of the rocks? That is not possible. The only measures I believe currently we can adjust in size is measures that have a movable part, like something like a car that has a moving tire. We have a way to make that smaller and bigger, and something like a train where you have a wheel, or I don't know, an airplane where you have a propeller. But a static mesh like the rocks, we cannot adjust the size of it. The only thing we can do is something like this, right? Which is pretty much just throwing rocks together. Also not possible yet to my knowledge, but I'm not an expert. It would be super cool if we could do that, because yeah, the variation in this is obviously somewhat lackluster. Like Jay built this, and I was very happy about it because it fit my landscape here so well, or something like this. Or I mean, this we placed all hand by, or all step by step by ourselves. But there is no proper good solution to make a really big rock, sadly. I wish there was, that would be really cool, but yeah, not yet. I mean, one of the things that I've been pretty happy about to hear is, while Yen is not making any promises, he says that he's definitely gonna look into copy and paste for Move It, which really I would kill for a copy and paste spot. So if we could get that into Move It, then I would be incredibly happy. It would make building a lot faster and less tedious. Well, the thing is just that, like, officially this game does not allow you to import anything yet. You can, in theory, already do it, but not really properly. And the devs are also still kinda trying to avoid many custom stuff to get uploaded. I guess we have a way through a certain mod, like you can import meshes through Right Everywhere, and they have not been taken offline. But I think if you use any official pipeline to import something yet, they will nuke you of PDX mods. But yes, it's what the community of this game is waiting for the most, I guess, to finally be able to import meshes. Because I had a look, mainly because Jay said he got some inspiration from there at like CS1 asset packs, and goddamn, there was such amazing rock variation in CS1. Exactly like you just said, Gray, with like pre-built foundations, really big rocks, like obviously a lot more interesting and varied than what I can do here and just plop down boulders. Yeah, that's so curious, because I'd seen that bug on Reddit once, where the building gotten super big, but I have not seen anybody experiment around with that. If you want to know more about this, probably best to ask Jay or somebody who is in the editor a lot. Let's see, I'm gonna hit up Twitch so I can see chat for a moment. There is nobody playing Cities. What do I do? Who do I raid? Well, you can change the color, Elgando. What do you mean? Look at this. In fact, are you gonna have to be ready for multiple rock recolor streams? See, here we have some recolored, and eventually I plan to do this everywhere, which I'm sure you guys as viewers are already excited for, because this is the gameplay loop we're gonna dive into in the future. And all of these quadrillion rocks we place here, we're gonna go through one by one and randomly color some of them. So, very exciting. I hope you guys looking forward to this as much as me. So, yeah, you can totally recolor them. What you can't do, what's gonna bite me in the ass a bit with something like this that Jay made for me, is that here I can not individually recolor because it's all one object, but probably I'm just gonna build something like that in-game myself so we can recolor. I'm not sure about the colors yet. It's a bit finicky to find something that actually looks good, but so far I like this a bit darker brown, like this one, and then the kind of beige yellowy one, and then the gray. Like, I don't need all of them to be recolored, just want to add a bit variation to it so it looks a bit more interesting and fitting. And I do think maybe the colors are a tad too extreme, but generally this is probably something we should do. Gray, are you gonna stream today? I'm still desperate. Like, there seems to be nobody. Oh, never mind. Actually, Imperial Jedi just went live, so I think I'm gonna send you guys over there. Yeah, you always stream too late for me to raid, Graham. I would like to raid you, but literally, it feels like anytime you stream, it's like, I don't know, 6 in the morning for me, so I don't really have a proper chance to ever raid you. But I guess we can work out this small part here, because Imperial Jedi just started his stream, so we can let the man settle for a second, and then after we finish this, I'm gonna send you guys over there. What did you miss here? Maybe I said something silly as well. I am getting tired and sleepy. I just meant that Graham in chat, who also is a very nice city streamer, he usually streams when it's like 5, 6 in the morning for me. So I can never rate him, and the only few times where I watch Gray is when I'm either being very silly and going to bed terribly late, but yeah, usually during breakfast if I tune in on Twitch real quick or something. Then what did you not get? The only other thing I said is that I'm gonna finish this part here really quick, because the nice guy who I wanna raid just started streaming, so I'm gonna give him some moment to settle in. And I also do quite want to finish this part, because it looks so out of place with this unfinished. And if it's this small, it's actually not that bad to draw down all of the plant layers real quick. Just gets really tedious on the bigger areas, so we have to do this over a big part. Alright, vegetation done. Now put a very few surfaces on there, and then this is perfectly done and we like. The surfaces, again, I said it earlier, but this is my highest recommendation for any nature build. These are Gaga XM's terrain surfaces. And they are amazing. They are really quick and easy to draw out because they're simply transparent. So you can really be dirty and quick like I am here, and they still look absolutely beautiful. So Cannot recommend this enough for any kind of nature build. See, not a big difference, but now if we look at it a bit closer, you do get that nice glow in there. And to be honest, looking at it closer, we should actually draw one all the way out here to give us a bit more green shine from the outside. Like this. Yeah, and this obviously, what we just did here is pretty much what we have to do in this entire area up here. So this is gonna take us a while. Yeah, I know, Gaga always working on new stuff. He spoiled me some things already as well, and some of them are desert related, so kind of exciting, not gonna lie. Is my internet dying? Why can I not load Twitch? Oh, actually there is somebody who just is loading into Cities who I've not properly watched before, but I had a quick look in one of his streams before and it was a quite nice one. So I know where I'm gonna send you guys over, because I really do have to hit the bed very urgently. This, for my standards, has been a very long stream. And again, guys, thanks so much for everybody tuning in. Very, very happy for you guys watching and spending time with me as always. And I am sure I'll try to stream like at least once more this week. So I hope all of you are having an absolute wonderful evening. If any of you wants to keep updated with when I'm streaming, I don't stream on a schedule, so either follow me on Twitch or join my Discord, where usually in my Discord I ping when I'm going live. And since I'm not streaming on a schedule, that's probably the easiest way for me to, or for you guys to catch me streaming. But with that, I wish you guys an absolute wonderful evening. And again, thanks for tuning in and have a